Hello students, hope you are well. Myself Mrs. Payal Bhattacharya. I am a faculty of Electrical Engineering Department from SRIST College. Today I will discuss with you about the EMF equation and different types of armature winding in alternator. I will discuss this topic in two consecutive videos. This is the part 1. So without wasting time, let's start. So, we will focus first on the EMF equation of an alternator. Before going to derive the EMF equation of the alternator, let's assume some parameters from there. First, flux, that is denoted by phi, flux per pole, which is expressed in Weber. Next, P is the number of poles in the machine. Ns is the synchronous speed, which is in RPM. Z is the total number of conductors or coil sides in series per phase. So, Z is equal to 2T, 2 capital T, where T is the turn of the winding, number of coils or turn per phase. So, TPH will be turn in series per phase. So, that will be equal to number of slots into number of conductor per slot divided by 2 into 3. Here 2 is represented as the number of coils turn per phase and 3 is the number of phase in the winding, and ZPH is the conductor per phase. So ZPH means conductor per phase, that will be equal to Z by 3, because 3 is the number of phase in the machine. Kc or Kp is the new term, pitch factor or coil span factor. We will discuss regarding these two factors in details in the upcoming slides. Kd is the distribution factors. Kp is expressed in the cos alpha by 2. What the value of this alpha and how it can be determined, I will show you after some time. Kd is expressed as the sine m beta by 2 by m sine beta by 2. Now consider the single conductor placed in a slot. Now the average EMF induced in a conductor will be flux cut in one revolution by time taken for one revolution. This expression is derived from the Faraday's electromagnetic induction law. E is equal to d phi dt, where phi is represented as the flux. That is why the EMF expression is given here. E average is equal to flux cut in one revolution by time taken for one revolution. So, total flux cut in one revolution will be d phi, that is equal to phi into P. Why? Because this P is the number of pole in the machine. Time taken for one revolution will be 60 by Ns second. So, average EMF become d phi dt. So, from this above relation, d phi is symbolized as phi p and dt is 60 by ns. So, phi p ns by 60. We know that F is equal to P ns by 120, where ns is equal to 120 F by P. Ns is the synchronous speed of the alternator. Now, from here phi p is 120 into F by 60p can be determined. So, this can be expressed as 2F 5 volt, where F is the supply frequency and phi is the flux per pole in the machine. If there are Z conductors connected per phase, then average EMF become average EMF per phase 2F phi Z, because already from the previous slide we get this 2F phi value, and after that 2F phi is multiplied with the Z, we can get the average EMF per phase. Now Z is equal to 2T. From here it is replaced by Z, 2F 2T become. Next 4F by 4F 5T. After that we know the form factor for any sinusoidal wave will be RMS value by average value, and we need to find out the RMS value of the EMF. So we need to calculate the form factor into average value from this EMF equation. Now RMS is equal to form factor into average value, and for sinusoidal wave the form factor value is 1.11. So finally RMS value of EMF per phase will become 1.11 into 4F5T volts. This is the final expression of the EMF equation, but still some expression is yet to be derived, because the above equation is true only if the winding is concentrated. Now we need to consider the winding that is distributed. So we have to find out this equation by considering the Kp and Kd, these factors. So actual available voltage per phase will become 4.44 F5T into Kp into Kd volts. For star connected, line voltage is equal to √3 into phase voltage. Now come to the point armature winding. This armature winding portion is very much important for the alternator, because depending on the type of the armature winding, the EMF value or the magnitude of the EMF will be varied, because depending on the armature winding, the factors which are given in the previous slide Kp, Kd will be changed. So that is why armature winding is too much important consideration for deriving the EMF equation for the alternator. Here the three-phase alternator, which is carry three sets of winding arranged in slot, open circuited 6 terminals. All are connected in star in delta. Maximum alternators, stators are connected in star connection. This alternator can be classified in single layer and double layer winding, full pitch and short pitch winding, concentrated and distributed winding. In broad aspect, we will see the all type of armature winding can be classified in this portion. See, this is the AC windings, which can be classified in basically three phase and single phase winding. For three phase winding or for the three phase machine, it is further classified in single layer and double layer, and both single layer are Marsh type and concentric type, double layer are lap winding and wave winding. These concentric type are further classified in unbifurcated and bifurcated. But in case of this double layer winding, this is classified in integral short and fractional slot. From there, it will further classified in full pitch winding and short pitch winding. This classification is very much important. In most practical cases, alternator armature winding are short pitch winding, but we need to calculate first by considering the alternator armature winding in full pitch. Now we will see what is single layer winding. When the slot consists only one coil side, so the number of coil will be equal to half the number of slot. This is called single layer winding. It can be further classified in Marsh winding and concentric winding. Next, double layer winding. For single layer winding, we will see the slot consists only one coil side, but in case of double layer winding, number of coils that will be equal to number of slots, and this is also classified in integral slot and fractional slot. This is further classified in full pitch winding and short pitch winding. So come to the single layer and double layer winding. This is the single layer winding where one coil side per slot. This is single layer winding diagram. But in case of double layer winding, this is two coil side per slot. Two coils are given in one particular slot. This is the top layer and this is the bottom layer. There are several advantages of double layer winding over the single layer winding. See, easier to manufacture and lower cost of the coils. Fractional slot winding can be used. Corded winding is possible. Lower leakage reactance and therefore better performance of the machine. Better EMF waveform in case of generators. Now we will see what is the pole pitch. This is the important term in case of to find the coil pitch factor or the coil span factor for the armature winding in the alternator. It is the distance between the center of poles faces to adjacent poles and it is called pole pitch. So pole pitch will be total number of slot in the armature by number of poles. Here the north pole and south pole, this dotted line is coming from the center portion of the north. Similarly, this is the center portion of the south. So distance between this north and south, total distance is called pole pitch. Whenever the coil span distance will be equal to this pole pitch, then it is called full pitch coil. This pole pitch is equal to 180-degree phase angle. A coil consists of two coil sides. This is one side, this is one side. The slot pitch will be, it is the phase angle between two adjustment slot. Coil span or coil pitch means it is the distance between two coil sides of a coil. Means this is the coil span or coil pitch. Now for full pitch winding, we will see this is the slot 1 and slot n+1, total distance in 180-degree electrical. Whenever the pole pitch will be equal to the coil span, then it will say as full pitch winding. This is the full pitch winding. But in case of short pitch winding, the distance will be lesser than the full pitch. In most practical cases, the winding is being short pitched. It is also called corded pitch winding. Okay students, in our next video we will see further description and elaboration of this portion. Now we will stop here and let's wait for the coming videos. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.